And now the kick is away. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
All day, defense, all day, all day. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Go, go, go. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the Bengals will get the football back. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Joe Mixon. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Set up. 90, Wolf. I'm coming.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Michael Pilardi now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, are you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Watch the whip.
Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
And an Eagle first down.
Ready. Go to base. It's 3. 2. Lucky.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
25. Check 25. Check.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys who try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score.
I know you felt that one.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Third down and 9.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Nixon will try the right side. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 27. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 52.
He'll look to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Watch the twist. 10, under 10, 10.
He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
57. All day, every day.
Hey, high 7.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Slam. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 31. Let's go. Drive on. Alert 3.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
I got you. Pick me up. Here we go. He's checking crack.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's just me and you.
And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Check 43. Delta.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Watch left, over. Anyway. He's coming. We got double up.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 55 yards.
And an Eagle first down.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and long. Being chased. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Topper! Shoot!
They'll drop to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57.
They'll look to throw here. Green brings it in. And a loose football. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, Haywood!
57's left.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Go!
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Check pass.
Five!
They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Now!
Motion. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, they're scared.
Hey, Delta! Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards there on a Bengal first. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He completes it to Boyd. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the Bengals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Come on, fellas. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Got it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's third down.
And 4.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
50 seconds to mine. Crunch time, defense.
Hey, 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 hey. Move. Hey, exit. Hit it.
He'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Slam, slam, slam. 66, run it, now. Henry. Mike 5. Mike 5. Yeah. Mike 5.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Good job.
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this.
Now it's Mixon running right, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll be third down.
Here we go. Set. 60 or. Hey, Alpha.
He'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
57's the mic. Drop deep, drop deep.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job.
Taken down back at the 42.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Philadelphia, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis,